farmers, welcome to yet another episode of Kilimo Diaries here on TV 47. My name is Sheila Chelangat. Now remember, last week we harvested honey successfully. So what happens next is processing. So today we will be delving into honey processing and how to enhance its quality. And of course, who will be taking us through is Mr. Delvis Mwendwa of Bee Care Apiaries. So what are you waiting for? Twende. Right, so this is where now honey comes right after harvesting.
Yes. So first, what we usually do, we first separate the honey together in the combs, in the separating tank, and then now we get the honey separate and the beeswax separate. So here we have honey. So now this is the honey that we harvested.
That is natural honey.
Yes, yes.
That has not been processed.
Yes, as you can see, the flow is constant. The color is good. It's amber in color, so good color. So we got really good honey. Okay. So now from here, what we'll do now, we take it to the filtering tank. Okay. So from the filtering tank, now I think now we can go to the filtering tank.
And all of them look like this?
Yes,
all
yes,
these
yes,
buckets?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Yeah, so from here, now we take them to the filtering tank.
And for how long have they been standing here settling?
So for this one, I maintain them for you. So they have been here for like now 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Since we harvested.
All right. And so, why is it important to let the honey settle down first before you start the process?
It helps in the separation. So because you see honey is thick, once you put them in buckets, the honey will go, because it's thicker, it will go down. But now the bee parts that will be on the honey will float together with the combs that are remaining.
Okay. Is there a bucket that we can see the ones that have floated up? Zote by now you have already separated.
Yes, but on this one, if you zoom closer, you'll see bees on top. You see?
Oh, this one, yeah, the bees.
Yes. I don't know if you can see the bees on top. Even on this one, now this one is coming. Bees, of which now we are going to filter them in the next tank that we are going.
Okay. Yeah. So take me through the process now after here.
Yes.
And I see there's many tanks.
Yeah,
so
tank. So each tank has its own essence. So from this tank, if you can zoom on this tank, you can see it has a filter.
It has a filter, yes.
On top, a stainless. It's made of stainless steel. So this is the filter. So the purpose of this first tank is to first remove the big parts, the big parts, the combs that have passed, and before you go to the next filtering machine. Okay. So if you can go from
all right. Do I need to help you?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's how it happens.
Now from the first filtering machine where we filtering tank, where we've now separated the big parts, the big parts, the comb parts, now the bigger parts, now we filter them out. Now we pump them to the holding tank. So this is the holding tank. This holding tank has a capacity of 3 tons. So you first put them in the holding tank, and from the holding tank, we bring them down to the second filtering machine. This one.
What happens at the holding tank?
So it's basically a storage tank.
It's a storage tank.
It's a storage tank for the honey. So that we pump it to the filtering machine, and then we take them to the settling tank. So this is just a holding tank for the honey that we've now done the first filtering, that will remove the bee parts that were in the honey. The bee parts, the big particles of combs now have come off from that filter. So now we come to the honey filtering machine now.
Now this is where the filtering will happen.
Now this is where the actual filtering will happen. So on this one, so we pump the honey from the holding tank to this tank.
Yes.
This is also a tank. So the tank has a water jacket around. So with the water jacket around, that's the tank for the water. So the water is heated by electric power. And now the water is now what hits the honey.
Okay.
So we don't.
So there's no direct. Okay.
You're not supposed to hit honey directly. So we heat it up to a temperature of 35 degrees the honey. And the main purpose for heating it is for it to be more, for it thick, for it to be able to flow easily, so that it can pass through the filter. So our machine has 2 filters, this one and this one. So these 2 parts are both, they have filters inside. So it has compressed air. So the compressed air pushes the honey to come to this filter, where the smaller particles are removed. And now when it comes to this one, even the smallest finest particle are removed at this stage. Okay. So from here, from this filter now, we get like pure honey that doesn't have any particles, no nothing. All particles now from this stage are eliminated.
Okay. So after this?
So from here, now we take them to the settling tanks.
The settling tanks.
You can see you have settling tanks which are labeled. You have tank C, tank B, tank E, tank F. Each one of them has a capacity of 1 ton. So what is, as you can see on this date, it takes 7, once we pump honey to this tank, it takes 7 days before we take it to the packing tank. So the purpose for the settling tank is for the, any scum, scum to come on top, that will be able to scoop it, and now it's pure honey at the bottom. So it settles for 7 days. So it gives it enough time to cool, because you see we heated it as well.
Yes. All right. So from the settling tanks, we move on.
So all these are settling tanks. Now we move to see the big tank over there?
Yes.
Now that's the packing tank. So from the packing tank, now we use this pump to pump the honey to the honey tank, honey holding tank on top there. And then now with the honey holding tank, now we bring it to the packing machine.
Okay, and then now, can we try and pack?
Pack, yes. I'll just show you an example of how it packs. So it's easy that way.
So technically, once honey comes in to the time it is packed, how long does it take, the average time it takes?
It takes, once it's here, it will take a minimum of 7 days.
7 days before it's packed.
A minimum of 7 days. Before it's packed.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. Yes. And once now you have packed, where do you store them?
Once we've packed now, they do the sealing. They put the lid. They do the labeling. They do the sealing. And then we pack them in boxes and sell it to the market. So we are in the retail market. We sell them to Naivas, Carrefour.
Okay.
Yes.
So honey does not require probably refrigerators.
No, actually refrigerators will not be nice for honey, because you see, once honey is in a cold environment, it will crystallize faster. So actually it's not advised to keep your honey in refrigerator, because it will crystallize faster. It will make even it's not that it's bad honey. Just crystallization is a natural process for honey. But crystallization should occur from bottom going upwards, and it should be in form of small crystals. It should not be in lumps.
All right. So this is now the large-scale way of processing honey.
Yes.
If someone, how then does it differ from the small-scale way of processing honey?
With a small-scale farmer, they don't use a lot of this, all this equipment.
Yes.
For them, they just need something that we call a conical sieve, and with a conical sieve and a bucket that's fixed with a honey gate. A honey gate acts as a tap that you can open for you to remove honey and close it. So they just put a sieve on it after they've done the separation of the wax and the honey. So they pour the honey through the conical sieve. Once it passes through, it passes when it's really well filtered, and from there they just pack it into jars. They seal it, they sell it to the market.
And in terms of now here in the large scale, processing and extraction of honey, what are some of the measures that you take to ensure that there's hygiene and that there's no contamination of honey from the moment it arrives here to the moment that it leaves?
From the entry level, there's a procedure of how to wear the aprons, how to do your washing your hands, how we sanitize as we enter. Now once we come here, there are things that we do now to clean our tanks. So for honey, it's good if it's stored in a food grade container that is stainless steel as compared to plastic, as you can see, as how it's done. Then we clean them with hot water frequently. Yes.
All right. And what would you say are some of the mistakes that, small-scale farmers do make when they're handling honey?
You may find farmers who use mosquito nets to sieve the honey, which is not okay, because you see it has permethrin, the mosquito net has chemicals that it is treated with. But what we recommend, they use things that we call muslin cloths. Muslin cloths or the conical sieve to sieve the honey, because that one cannot contaminate the honey. So that has actually been our biggest challenge with our farmers.
Okay.
But now through the trainings, at least now we have been able to change that.
What would you say are some of the equipment that a small-scale farmer who wants to, just do this process at home, what are those equipment that is a must for them to have?
Yeah. So first of all, you must have food-grade buckets, buckets which are food-grade that have the honey gate as well. You must have a conical sieve. A conical sieve is what now they use to filter the honey. Also, you need to have food-grade packaging containers. You'll also need to have a honey warmer. A honey warmer, the purpose of the honey warmer is, honey, once it stays for long, it crystallizes naturally.
Yes.
But the work of the honey warmer is to heat up the honey so that it comes back to its liquid form again. And you also have small settling tanks that are made of stainless steel that fit even 30 kilos, 50 kilos, which are food grade for storage for honey.
Okay. Would you say that there can be over-processing of honey?
Over-processing of honey happens especially on the heating part. So on the heating part, I told you, for us, you don't go above 35 degrees. When you go above that, when you go to certain temperatures above 45 degrees that way, you kill the nutrients in the honey. So if someone doesn't have a controlled system of heating their honey, you see they heat up their honey to even above the required degrees, of which it will spoil the honey. Yes.
Okay.
It will now, the enzymes will not, the nutrients will not be same.
And in terms of additives, are there additives that you put in the honey to make it last longer, stay on the shelf longer?
No. You do not add anything to honey. Actually, honey itself, it's a preservative.
In terms of shelf life, does poor processing affect shelf life of honey? Can honey go bad?
So no, honey doesn't go bad.
At all? It
doesn't go, not unless it's adulterated honey. But honey itself, it can stay for years and years without going bad. What it can do, it can crystallize over time. Naturally, honey should even stay for years and years and years without
going bad. So I'm wondering, what then would be your advice to a farmer to ensure that they, what to take into consideration to ensure that they produce high quality honey like this?
So the major control for the farmers, once they're harvesting, they make sure they harvest mature honey. So do not just go and see there is honey when it's not captured, you harvest. Just ensure you harvest only capped honey. Okay,
you've spoken about moisture content, which is a very important factor, but we will be touching on that right after this short commercial break. Keep it TV 47. This is Kilimo Diaries.